The world's top diplomats are thanking U.S. Ambassador Nikki Haley for her work at the United Nations. She is also receiving praise from groups who advocate for religious freedom. Many admit they were surprised by her sudden announcement that she's stepping down at the end of the year. Correspondent Wyatt Goolsby reports from the State Department this evening. Good evening, Wyatt.
Good evening, Lauren. Secretary Mike Pompeo says Ambassador Haley has been a great partner for the last 5 months since he's been in charge of this department. Haley is one of the most popular members of the Trump administration and among her colleagues at the United Nations.
It was a blessing to go into the UN with body armor every day and defend America. And I'll always do that. I'll never truly step aside from fighting for our country.
President Trump and fellow diplomats agree that Nikki Haley is a fighter.
As the U.S. ambassador to the United Nations, I have encountered a whole new world.
In the last 2 years, the former South Carolina governor helped implement the president's shift in U.S. foreign policy. That includes tough stances on issues like migration, abortion, and climate change. Anthony Arend is at Georgetown University's School of Foreign Service.
She did have a real appreciation for multilateralism and international institutions. She also was very strong on sanctions against Russia.
But Haley still earned the respect of the Russian ambassador.
I regret that she's leaving because we had good working and personal relations despite all the differences that we were and are having.
Some countries, including the Holy See, disagreed with Haley's support for moving the U.S. Embassy in Israel from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem. They also disagree with the administration's decision not to accept as many refugees into the U.S. as in years past. However, Archbishop Bernardito Auza, the Pope's representative at the UN, thanked Haley for her strong support of religious freedom. Haley highlighted the plight of Christians in the Middle East in September at a UN event on the persecution of religious minorities.
Whether we look at Christians, which the vice president's really trying to focus on the UN money and making sure that Christian minorities get that, or whether it's on any other minority that needs help with religion, freedom of religion, we believe that our voice needs to be heard and it needs to be loud.
Members of the Holy See's mission to the UN have also noted Nikki Haley's support for pro-life initiatives. The Family Research Council, a conservative Christian activist group, calls her an agent of change, standing up for what they call true human rights, like religious freedom. Lauren?
Wyatt, is there any word on who might replace Haley as ambassador?
The president says he's considering 5 candidates for Haley's job, and that successor could be named within the next 2 to 3 weeks. Among those is former Deputy National Security Advisor Dina Powell. Yesterday, the president also mentioned his daughter, Ivanka Trump, would be incredible as the next UN ambassador, but today she responded in a tweet saying it will not be her.
No,
Lauren?
thank you. All right, Correspondent Wyatt Goolsby reporting from the State Department.